Hey guys, it's Tina Sheth here at Rebalance Physical Therapy in Center City, Philadelphia, and in the main lines in Narberth, Pennsylvania. Today I want to talk to you guys about forward head posture, what it is, what it can do, and a treatment that can help it, that maybe you've already tried basic exercises and maybe it's helped a little bit, but what can you do more that could potentially help it further? So forward head posture is basically, when you're looking at someone from the side, typically you'll notice it more, is when your head basically moves forward from your shoulders. So again, usually ideally when you're looking at someone from the side, your ear and your shoulder should basically match up and be in the same line if you draw a line from the ceiling all the way down. So that should be in line with each other. But with forward head posture, your head kind of starts to veer forward, and then typically what you see is the shoulders start to round, and then you start getting a rounded back. So, it basically turns into almost like a slumped posture, and your head goes forward. And then sometimes people, may call it, you can develop almost like a increased hump looking thing in the back, which some people call buffalo hump. Which is a sign of more progressed pathology in that area, and basically it can lead to a lot of postural changes, not only in the head and neck, shoulder, and upper back, but it can also then start to create changes potentially lower down, because with forward head posture and a rounded posture, you still have to be able to look forward and function. So typically what people may end up doing is they have this kind of forward head posture, and they don't realize that then they have to really extend their back in order to still walk straight. And that can then develop into lower back and even leg symptoms over time. So a couple of direct effects of forward head posture. So a lot of the time, what you may not realize is you may start feeling anything from shoulder discomfort, different tendinitises that start, either biceps, rotator cuff tendinitises. You can also have head and neck issues, so localized neck pain. You can get degenerative changes because as your head moves forward, you're actually changing the way your spine stacks on top of each other, and so you have abnormal wearing and tearing and balance in those joints. So that can actually compromise not only the neck joints, but over time you can end up getting everything from herniations to something called spinal stenosis, which is a narrowing in between the joints, and it can press on nerves that can give you discomfort and pain and numbness and tingling, potentially even down into the arm. Obviously, there's the cosmetic changes that can take place, so you just might not feel you're as tall as you used to be. You might not feel like your body feels as upright, but a whole host of problems can come and develop with a forward head posture. So these are just some of the things, but again, headaches can also contribute, or forward head posture can also contribute to abnormal headaches that you might be feeling, to even like shoulder blade pain, to upper back pain as well. So those are just some of the things that can happen. Now, treatment for forward head posture, and I'm sure if you're watching this YouTube video, maybe you've already looked at treatments for forward head posture. So the typical exercises that you're seeing out there on these videos is that they're telling you to do something called chin tucks. So if you stand and you retract your head back, you're bringing basically your head into a better alignment back over your shoulder, okay, to put it in a better alignment. Now, again, this is a good exercise for people to do because obviously you want to get into a better posture. So I think it's a good exercise to start with. The other ones that you might be seeing is shoulder retraction or shoulder blade retraction. So if you look at me from the back, okay, is if you bring your shoulder blades behind you and back and down, and you do shoulder blade squeezes, as if you're opening up your shoulders, okay? And that's also a good general exercise for people to do. Another one, common one, is a pec stretch. So stretching out the front of your shoulders. So you may have seen like a doorway stretch where your hands are in the doorway and people are leaning in through the door, so you get a nice stretch in through here. Or a foam roll, you lie back on a foam roll and you bring your arms out. while all three of those exercises are great and have definitely benefited some people out there, there are others out there potentially that are still dealing with a forward head posture. Maybe it's gotten a little bit better, but it's not fully better, or they're still having some of the symptoms accompanied with a forward head posture. So what could be going on? Well, obviously, not only does your posture change with forward head posture, however, the things that also change are the muscles and the myofascia, as well as the joints. So we are all made up of joints, we're all made up of muscles, and we're made up of something called myofascia. And if you don't know what that is, there's definitely other YouTube videos that we've created that you can click on and read about what it is. But basically, with a forward head posture, what you're typically going to be seeing is that, you can see from me from the side here that, and I'm gonna exaggerate this, but when my head is forward, you can see that all of this basically stretches out, but this becomes really, really more concave and it becomes shortened, okay? So over time, especially if you've been having this posture for, many years, okay, this can become shortened. And simply doing neck retractions isn't going to lengthen it fully. Or it might feel uncomfortable for some of you guys who are trying to do these exercises, or feel like it puts more strain on your head and neck to be able to do these shoulder blade exercises and stretches and these chin retractions. And it's because this tissue has become so tight that you actually physically have to get into that tissue and actually start to lengthen all of that. But it's not only this tissue, it's this tissue in the front, because again, with forward head posture, you start typically having rounded shoulders, okay? And so this tissue sometimes will start to counterbalance that, and you might start developing pain or discomfort there as well. And along with pain and discomfort, pain in and of itself, meaning if you have pain in a localized area, that tissue will respond to the pain. So meaning not only do you have abnormal tissue tightening from your posture, but if you have any pain-related issues, then that pain, your tissue will respond to that pain. So again, if your pain is, say, in the upper back, okay, your tissues here may start to guard up to counterbalance or react to that pain, and then that tissue becomes tight. So then in your attempt to kind of correct a lot of these things through simple exercises, might not be the only thing that's going to help it, or it might not change anything, or it might make it feel like things are getting worse. So really what you need to do is get these tissues to start lengthening, and someone that is specialized in working on these tissues, such as a physical therapist that really understands how to work with trigger points and myofascia, as well as work on the strengthening piece and the stretching piece, and also re-educating a lot of these muscles to coordinate in the right way, can really make a huge difference on your posturing and you being able to get out of that, again, forward head, kind of rounded shoulder posture, to then feel more upright in a more comfortable way and hopefully a pain-free way. And this is what we do here at Rebalance. We basically, hands-on, get on the tissue, start lengthening myofascia, start working on the musculature, and start also working on the joints. Because remember, your joints, if they've been in this position for a long period of time, they also get stiff over time, or some of them might actually move more, and you're going to need work there as well. So there's a lot of different techniques that we do to lengthen the muscles, lengthen the myofascia, start getting the joints to start moving better, which is similar to osteopathic manipulation, to start getting all of this moving better, and to also then strengthen everything up and get everything coordinated so that your body is pain-free and ready to start, moving better and feeling better. So I hope that gives you a better explanation of what forward head posture is and what can be done more than just simple exercises. And we have lots of other YouTube videos, because most people that are dealing with this are also dealing with like other shoulder issues and head and neck issues and headaches and all this kind of stuff. So you can read all about that by clicking on any of the several links. And obviously you can come to our website with tons of information. It's www.rebalancept.com. That's REBALANCEPT.com. And if you live anywhere around the Philadelphia area or the suburbs, then it's a no-brainer. Come visit us and we can help you feel and get back to pain-free living. Thanks.